Hey scrappers, it's Tom from the iScrap app, and today we want to talk about different grades of aluminum. To my right, we have a bunch of different grades that we want to go over and talk about some of the things that your scrapyard might look for. This is a piece of dirty cast aluminum. Why? Well, you have a piece of steel attached through it, and that rod goes through to the other side to another piece of steel. So even though most of the weight is going to be in aluminum, you're always going to get a dirty price for it unless you take these things apart. Generally, the price is about 25% the price if it was clean. This is another example that has some copper wire attached to it, has some plastic, some steel screws, some plastic ends, and a solenoid and a piece of steel going through it. This used to have, the slot for a key, so this is most likely a starter for a car. So when you have a piece like this with everything turning, you have more things inside other than just aluminum, which again makes it a dirty price. Now these look like clean pieces of aluminum, but let me show you something that scrapyards look for. This little piece of steel that's holding it together, you might say to yourself, oh, this isn't a big deal, they're not going to downgrade me. But when scrapyards sell material to different mills, they need to sell things completely clean. So this is aluminum 6061. This 6061 aluminum, to sell it as a clean item, you need to be able to have these small pieces of steel removed from the inside so the scrapyard can put it right into their clean bin and not have to worry about much other debris. Here, it looks like a regular clean piece of cast aluminum. You go over it with the magnet and nothing sticks. When you get to the other side, you will see a little bit of oil, little remnants. Not a big deal, but the problem is these bolts at the end are steel. Now these steel bolts, once they connect one piece of aluminum to another, they create a dirty piece. This could go as a sheet aluminum, but by zipping these screws out, you can get a cast aluminum price. You should ask your scrapyard how they classify, as some dirty grades of sheet are allowed to have 2 to 3% steel. Now this is a piece of brand new bar stock. The grade on this is 7075. We know that because it was stamped right on it. Now this is a piece that would be pushed through a press and would create a piece like this, even though they're different grades, just an example. This gets through a process of extrusion, and on the other side you would get a bended piece like this, which perfectly illustrates why extruded aluminum is not a grade, but 7075, 6061 is a grade. Now you have a piece from a window frame. This used to have a couple of springs inside that the customer took out. This very thin piece will generally go as a sheet aluminum due to its size, due to the paint on it, and you're not going to be able to put this with the small steel staples into any type of a clean box. Next we have a basic screen window. Now these windows, while they look clean, things that you need to look for. On the side here you have the rubber strip, and you also have a piece of die cast on the end. Now technically you could take a piece like this, you could pop these off, and you could easily break it, cut it into different pieces, and create a clean aluminum, but you're going to need to ask your scrapyard what their different grades are. Last but not least, we have a basic aluminum gutter. Aluminum gutters and siding, as well as downspouts, are generally always going to go as a aluminum siding grade. But again, watch for dirty contamination, pieces of plastic, or other things that could downgrade your aluminum scrap. Scrappers, this is Tom from the iScrap app. Until next time, I'll scrap you later.